What's up, guys? It's me again, DavyChams, coming live from Nairobi, capital city of Kenya. So it's been a while before I did this live stream. I think this is the third live stream I'm doing since I started. The last one I did like 2-3 weeks, I think 2 weeks ago. So this is the second one, the third one I'm doing. Seeing the second one I did the last 2 weeks ago. So guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, maybe the first time watching my channel, consider subscribing, like, watch, and if possible, drop a comment there. Say something, man. So guys, today's live stream, I'm gonna be talking about something unique. I'm gonna be giving you tips, I'm gonna be giving you tips, how to survive, how to survive in Nairobi, in Kenya, what to consider before traveling to Kenya. Actually, it's about tips and tricks of how to survive in Kenya and what to do in Kenya while here. Kenya receives so many visitors, especially now since the economy is open and everything is running like crazy here. People are traveling. Remember, it's Christmas season is just around the corner, so Kenya is expecting so many visitors. So today I'm going to be talking about the tips and tricks of how to survive in Kenya, and go straight to the point. Number one, money. Money is very important here in Kenya. You need to carry money. You need to operate with money for your life to be more convenient. When you're new here, maybe if you're new, planning to travel to Kenya, make sure you have some cash, man. Cash money on you. Make sure you plan well. Make sure you have money. And this money, you don't just carry it like you can carry anything. There's a way you can carry it. Being soft money, maybe cash. Then also there's a tip of how you can handle that money while in here in Kenya. You can decide to have credit card, apply for credit card. You have different types of cards. You have credit card and MasterCard, but I'll advise you to use credit card. Credit card is more safer, because once you're here in Kenya, you'll need, number one, to use the ATM. And ATM can only withdraw $4,000 in a day. So that's 40,000 Kenya shillings. So you need to have your credit card, your ATM. So that ATM will be more convenient to you. You'll have to withdraw the money. You'll have to walk around having cash on you and all that. So having cards like credit card will be more important to you, especially when you're a visitor here. Yeah. Tip number 2, language. In Kenya, we have 2 languages, official languages. We have English and Swahili. And most Kenyans, okay, let me say Kenya has over 40 tribes, and each tribe has a native language. So if maybe coming to Kenya and maybe you are new, fresh, first time visiting Kenya, make sure you know the 2 languages, either Swahili or English, because the 2 languages will help you to move across the country. You'll have to go to different places, traveling shags, up countries. You'll have to use, in Kenya we have different places, and remember, 40 tribes, each tribe with native languages, So the only language they know, if you don't know their language, maybe their local language, you'll have to use the Swahili, which you need to learn. And so remember, not all Kenyans knows English. So Kenyan national language is Swahili. So you need to know Swahili at least, and then some English. The reason why I'm saying English, because when we go to safaris, because many visitors like visiting safaris, like in those places, major places like safaris, those guys will speak, will speak to you in English fluently and also Swahili. But once you go across maybe up country, you'll need to use your Swahili, you need to speak Swahili for those folks to understand you. Tip number 3, internet. Make sure, it's better you get just a simple card. Make sure you get a phone, your phone, get a simple card. That's Safaricom, yeah, which cost like just $1. Then you buy bundles. Bundles are so cheap. So once you have internet, you're ready to go. You just buy bundles. We're in a hotel or somewhere. Life will be so cheap for you to survive here. So get a phone. Get a SIM card, simple SIM card, which costs $1. Put in a phone, and then you're ready to go. Yeah. So bundles here are so cheap. Like $1 here, you get bundles like 500 MBs. You're ready to go, or even more, depending with your pocket, man. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, vaccination. Make sure before you step in Kenya here, make sure you're vaccinated. Majorly malaria, yellow fever, and more important, COVID-19. So make sure you're vaccinated before you plan to travel to Kenya. And make sure you have that certificate confirming you're vaccinated. Yeah. And tip number 5, M-Pesa. Yeah. M-Pesa, it's like a small bank in your phone. Actually, it will make your life more easier. You don't even need to go to your ATM. So what you'll need to do is just load your money in your phone with money, cash. Yeah. And remember, before you get that M-Pesa, you need to go to Safaricom shops. And going to those Safaricom shops, remember, there's a queue. There's always queue. So you'll have to go there prepared. Then do not forget your passport. Carry your passport to that M-Pesa, Safaricom shop. Before registering, when you're new here, you need an M-Pesa. You have to register at Safaricom. So going to those shops, you need your passport and be ready to queue around. So that's tip number 5. Tip number 6. Visa. Do you need a visa? Yes, you do. So you must have a visa before traveling to Kenya. Plan for your visa. Yeah. And how do you apply? There are 2 tips to apply for a visa here. You can apply through online. Yeah. Which is like $50. Apply online, $50. Or you can just get it on arrival here. So those are 2 tips on how to get your visa to travel to Kenya. You can either apply online, which costs $50, maybe $1 for registration or something. Then from there, you're ready to go. And then if not that, the second option, you can just get it on arrival here in Kenya. Yeah, that's tip number 6. Then tip number 7, safety. Safety in Kenya is key, especially Nairobi here, because I know many visitors land first in Nairobi, JKI, or if not Nairobi, Mombasa. Actually, we have 3 cities that always receives visitors. Major 3 cities, Mombasa, Nairobi, which is capital, then Kisumu. So before you land to those cities, make sure your safety is guaranteed here. Because you have a lot happens here. You have fraudsters and many other things. And I want to advise you something on Nairobi. Let me give you a tip on Nairobi. While in Nairobi here, Nairobi is a very funny city. And it's a nice city, yeah? It's one of the largest cities. Let me say one of the largest cities in East Africa. Is the biggest. It's capital city of Kenya. With all inclusive. You can get anything you want here in Nairobi. So it has got everything. But you know what? Safety is more important here. So your safety is the key. So Nairobi, when it comes to safety, there is a challenge also. So you must come ready, prepared, because there is actually there are simple rules to follow that, before you land yourself in, wrong hands. Make sure you're not traveling Nairobi, use Uber, or let me say taxi, which costs like $1 or $2 to a place. So if you're living in a hotel, maybe you are here, you're new in a hotel, you want to travel around, make sure you use Uber, which costs like between $1 to $2 to travel you around. And another thing is do not travel or drive to safaris yourself. Do not drive yourself on safaris. Make sure you have the local drivers, because those local drivers have all the tactics of convincing even police in case maybe you have challenge on your way to your destination, man. So make sure you use local drivers, because those guys have all tricks, how to convince police around, how to maneuver around in those safaris. Like, in Kenya, we have elephants, you have those dangerous animals. They know which routes to follow. So make sure you are driven by local driver. Yeah, that's tip number 7. Tip number 8, infrastructure. In Kenya, we have a lot of, we have so many buildings around, especially Nairobi and other major cities. So there's so many major buildings. We have malls, we have hotels, we have, hospitals, we have universities, institutions, and everything. And also be prepared for traffic. There's a lot of traffic here, especially in Nairobi. So come here knowing when you're planning travel, especially now, the Christmas season is here, the festive season is here. There'll be a lot of traffic jam here and there. So come prepared. Yeah. So that's tip number 9. And also, tip 8, tip number 9. Pickpocketers. Yeah. Though that's falls under rule number 7, but tip number 7. But I just wanted to clarify that. That's why I put it separately. We have pickpocketers, especially here in these major cities like in Nairobi. Be prepared for pickpocketers. They are there. Yeah. And those guys sometimes are always smartly dressed. You can't recognize them. So make sure your safety on that is more guaranteed. And that's what I've said on previous point or tip. Make sure if you're driving around, be with a local driver who understands the routes. And those particular local, pickpocketers are all over, even in clubs. Nairobi has, or rather those major cities have clubs around. With those pickpocketers are all over there. They will sit next to you, but whatever they're planning, you can't tell. Yeah. And also when you're walking in Nairobi, make sure you are at least in a company of 1 or 2 guys around to make sure at least your safety is okay. And then also make sure you pay close attention to your surrounding. Yeah. Make sure whoever is next to you is somebody you know. And in Nairobi, like for example, let me use Nairobi because I much understand Nairobi. Yeah. Nairobi, if you're walking in Nairobi, one thing is, even if you don't know where you're going, but walk as if you know where you are going. Even if you are stopped, do not talk to strangers. Do not engage them. Do not chat. Because you can't trust anyone. Can't trust any stranger that is closer to you unless you have someone that you know. That's why I'm insisting walk in a group, yeah? So tip number 10, monkeys, yeah? You may take it like, actually, monkeys are in this, almost in these all 3 cities, major cities in Kenya, they're all over, yeah? Especially in those hotels. If you are there with your food and carelessly moving around, everywhere, those guys will visit you and they will work on your food. So be careful with the monkeys around and baboons, yeah? So that's tip number 10. So the 10 tips must consider, put in your mind before traveling to Kenya, because let me just say in South Africa, but especially in Kenya, because a lot happens here to new guys who are traveling, especially this Christmas season. So guys, if you know you're traveling, you're planning to travel here, you're planning your journey, because I know many people around the world, across the globe, they're planning. People have saved enough. People have, plans in mind how to spend their, hard-earned money that they have saved the whole year for the last 12 months. So those traveling to Kenya, consider the 10 tips and tricks I've just mentioned to you, and your safety will be okay. Yeah. So guys, if you're new here today, I just decided to give tips on how to travel, in Kenya. Once you land here, what to do. And in next video, maybe it will be another different thing. So that's what I have today. If you're new on my video here, your first time, maybe for watching my channel here, DavyChams, consider subscribing. Show me some love by subscribing. Just hit the red button. Hit that subscribe button. It takes you less than a minute to subscribe. Then you like the video, watch, and share. There are more vlogs coming on the way. So stay tuned. See you in the next live stream. Bye. Oh, before I go, I just forgotten something. Maybe tell my viewers. Anyone with maybe a comment, maybe want to say something, just drop your comment here. Feel free to drop your comment. Say something you had not shared out. Just drop something. Maybe you feel like maybe you want to drop it before, after the live stream, that's okay. But not forget to drop a comment there. Say something. Ask a question. Comment something, even if it's a like. So maybe after, feel like you're watching or you haven't watched, because I know maybe some guys or some viewers may end up watching this video after the live stream. Drop a comment there, like, support your brother here by just subscribing for the new viewers, and then that's the way to go. So guys, see you in the next video. Bye.